Good morning, Blake.
It's 11 o'clock.
Good morning, Caroline, Rowan, and Sam. Good morning, Dax. The sleepy old Hank right here. Good morning, Alexis. Happy Friday to you as well. Good morning, Joshua and Chris. Good morning, Joss. Oops. Good morning, Ella. Nope. What's happening? Hank is very sleepy today. He still hasn't recovered from that walk the other day. He's very soft from his back. Right? Are you very soft? Why are you looking down? You want to get down? All right, he wants to get down. We'll pick him up later. Like a bump or something in his mouth. Okay. Yuck, he's so hairy. Okay. Final circus day. Get started about 1 more minute. We're going to add 3 performers today. And like I said yesterday, we have 3, or at least I have 3 backgrounds. So I added 2 performers to 1, and 1 to the one that only had 4. So now I believe each one has 5. Good morning, Mary. All right, depressing the music off. All right, so our first one that we're going to do is the strongman. And the strongman is a circus act that performs feats of strength, such as the bent press, which is not a bench press because they don't lay on benches. A bent press, which is usually a bar, like the barbell, that sort of bends a little bit because the weights are so heavy, and then pushes out above their head. Steel bending, so taking pieces of steel and bending them, and chain breaking, so taking a chain and breaking it. Good morning, Maverick. And it's also strongman competition is very popular even now. Probably something you can catch on ESPN 5 or something. But they do things like pull trucks and airplanes and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to do a circus performer, strongman, and sort of like their typical, I guess, what they would wear. Good morning, Madeline. It's your birthday on Monday? That's awesome. Okay. There's my paper here. It's a little dented. All right, let's get started with our strongman. So we're going to start with his head, and his head sort of looks like a potato. Sort of smaller up top and kind of comes out. He's going to have a big jaw like that. And it's slightly tilted to the side. Let's go ahead and get his face drawn in. Give him some ears. And some eyes. Now we're going to give him a furrowed brow. Not quite an evil brow, but he's sort of determined. We'll give him a nose. And then he has, at least the way I'm drawing it, he has a mustache. And a big mouth like that. I'll hold this here so you can get caught up. I know I did a lot of steps in one. Okay, so now let's go ahead and add his neck, or I guess his neck that goes sort of to his chest area. And we're going to draw on his outfit. It's sort of like a almost like a women's style bathing suit or leotard. So it's going to have straps that come down. Like this. Okay, and now we're going to add his arm. I might run out of room. I should have drawn him down a little bit more. He has one arm that's going to come up here, and then one arm that's going to come out here. And then he's going to have these like sort of wristbands on. I'm going to run out of room a little bit. That's okay. I'll have to just make my barbell really bendy. All right, so then we're going to go ahead and draw the bar. And the bar would go over his head and come out on either side where his hand is going to be. Then we're going to put his fingers on the back half of the bar and his thumb on the front half, like this. I ran out of room. That's the top of my paper, but you can see. Then you can add the circles on either side. I'm going to have his hand in a fist here, sort of. Make it real simple. I'm going to make a thumb come around and then his knuckles like this. Real simple fist. You don't have to draw all the fingers in. All right, now for his leg. His first leg is going to be bent, sort of like he's getting a good grip with his foot. And his other leg will be sort of out more. Oops, I should have brought that up. And you can also add some decorations on his leotard. You can make it striped, or you could leave it plain. I did some like square designs. You'll see it in my final. I did some big squares with some small squares around like that. And that is your strongman. And I added my strongman to the page with the trapeze girl hanging from the ceiling. so next, I really wasn't sure, but when I was looking and getting ideas, I sort of look and see what other artists have done and just getting some ideas of different circus acts. There's lots of things with different animals, lots of repeats of, definitely lots of seals with balls and things like that. But what I also saw, which I was a little surprised, and I couldn't get a lot of information on it, but I saw a lot of rabbits in hats, like magicians. And so I'm guessing, I don't remember ever seeing magic in a circus, but it would make sense, especially if a clown was delivering the magic show. So we're going to do a rabbit in a hat for this next one. And I added this to the background with Hank in it, sort of in the back right corner. All right, so we're going to start by just making the sort of the front part of the hat. And then because the hat's upside down. And then the bottom of the hat, a stripe here. I could definitely get Hank. He's really close. Ziggy wasn't feeling so good this morning, so I'm not sure if he's going to get up. But I can try calling him to get him to come in here, because he is always laying in his bed in the other room. He's a bit older than Hank, doesn't have as much energy. Hank's really tired too. Maybe they're both not feeling good. Okay, so then we're going to add, I'm going to start with the head of the rabbit, and then make two little ovals here. And these are his paws. They're going to be on the edge of the hat. You can see, you can fill in the rim of the hat, and then you have the rabbit's body. And so you can see this is all hat. I'm just going to color it in a little bit. So this is the rim of the hat, the top part. Now let's go ahead and give the rabbit some ears. There's his ears. They're going to be okay, guys. It's just been a long week. Lots of activity in the house. They just need a day to chill. And then let's give him a little fur on his head. And we'll do his eyes. Then you're going to make an oval where the nose is going to go. I'm going to go ahead and fill it in, otherwise it starts to look weird. I'm sorry. I'll hold it here. And then the only thing we need to add is to make it look a little magic, is I just put some stars around the outside. And if you have a hard time drawing stars without the lines, you can just draw a red star with a pencil and then just erase the inside. So I just added some stars to make it look a little bit more magic. And then you have your rabbit coming out of the hat. Very simple, cute. How about when quarantine is over? You guys can come see Ziggy and Hank in person. All right. Now our last one may not be everyone's favorite. Well, next week we're gonna start the last weeks probably, depending on, well, it'll definitely last more than 1 week, but we're gonna do different regions of the world that have interesting animals or interesting climates, like a polar region, tropical rainforest, savanna, the outback. And if there's not enough animals to fill up a whole week, then I'll break it up. So maybe like 3 days we'll do polar, and then we'll start outback, and that might go into the next week. So it might not be a week-to-week thing depending on animals. But I'll definitely include snakes. I don't know if there's snakes in the polar region, and insects, because I know people have been really interested in that. But I can't get a whole week on snakes and insects because I don't think everybody has those interests. So I'll definitely include those for people. Now this last item, or this last entertainer, is not a favorite, and that they can be a little scary, and we've already had one. This is going to be our second version of this, but it's a little bit different, and I'll explain. So it is another clown, before everybody gets worried. It's sort of silly looking, but I already gave information on clowns a week, but I did find some more information on a clown college. There's actually such a thing. It wasn't, and then they moved it to Wisconsin, and they trained over 1,400 clowns, including Dick Van Dyke. If you guys know who he is, he was in Mary Poppins, Bert in Mary Poppins, and Wilford. Nope, that's not it. Can't remember the other guy's name. But anyway, they were both clowns, and they got trained. And it was open from 1968 to 1997. When it was, I guess, 97, clowns were out. And I did have another piece of information that their makeup was the way it was, not only to be silly and funny, but so people could see it from a distance. It's really meant to be outlandish and easy. And if you remember what I said about the lead clown was always the one with the white makeup. And I think our original clown that we did, yeah, he did not have white makeup on. This one will. And the reason this one's a little different, besides having white makeup, is it's also a clown on stilts. And so that's a person that dresses up like a clown and then stands on these long sticks that are hidden underneath of his pants. So he looks like super long legs, and then he walks around on stilts. So it's a double kind of entertainer because he's a clown, so he's funny. He's also has some skills on these stilts. I don't know what the classes were like at clown college, but I guess you probably learn about applying makeup, and you probably learn about trying to be funny and over exaggerate your movements. Probably learn how to fall down in a funny way. I don't know. Nothing I would want to do, just funny way. All right, now I'm going to actually turn my paper this way because he's very tall. So I put this clown in the same background with Hank because I needed something to fill like a long space. So it works great. Okay. So we're going to start with the hat. And we're just going to start with the rim of the hat that looks like this. It'll make sense in a minute, but start with a shape that looks like this. All right, and then we're going to do the top of the hat. And if anybody's familiar with perspectives, clown is sort of drawn at a worm's eye view. So we're sort of looking from down up, not completely down looking up, but on a slightly different angle like that. It's more worm's eye than straight on or bird's eye. Okay, so now we have the top of that. So we're gonna add the face now. And the face is gonna have a shape that looks like this. And then we're gonna add some hair, fill in that space. And just gonna be curls. Like that. Almost has a Willy Wonka look to him. All right, now we're gonna add the face. So start with the nose, and we're gonna make that big red nose here. I'm gonna put a circle here, and that's gonna be it to make a shine dot. So I'm gonna leave that white. Okay, and then we're gonna make 2 pluses for eyes. Change it up a little bit. That makes them look a little creepy. And then give them a big mouth. And then to do a tongue, you just do sort of like an M. We're going to give them a neck. And then we're going to go right into a bow tie here. So we're going to do a circle. So we're going to start with this coat. There's lots of layers to this. So we'll do 1 layer at a time. So 2 triangles that kind of go up under that bow tie. Little triangle here. Okay, so now we're going to add the side of his jacket. Actually, we're gonna off on that. We're just going to make a shape here like this. I guess they're not quite even. That's all right. Okay, now we're going to work on arms, and then arms, then legs, and then we're going to finish the jacket. So we got to know where the legs are before we do the jacket. So the arm is going to come up behind this bow tie. We're going to do both sides. sort of doing like a, I don't know, kind of thing, or maybe presenting. Okay, then we're going to do a little sort of like a bottom of a, or maybe it's a cuff. All right, and now I'm going to add some white gloves. So you're just going to do a hand and then a line here, and same on the other side. All right. And then we're going to add pants. And the pants are going to be super long, sort of bellow out at the bottom. So we're going to start right at this waistcoat area and come just, let's see, I guess right here. Yeah. And they sort of come to a, not quite a point, but they definitely come to the front. And then you're going to make just a little stick that comes out of the bottom. Well, not quite pointy. It has to be a little flat on the bottom. So, so I'm going to hold it up. I need to raise my computer a little bit so you can see. Woo. All right, and then I can finish this jacket. It looks like that. I can't really fit the whole thing in. And then you can do whatever kind of designs you. And I made, when I was coloring these, I made them all different colors. So I think stripes look really good for the pants because it makes it really elongated. I did blue stripes and then I colored in the pants light blue. So it makes it look much longer when you have stripes. Okay. So I'm going to show you my finals. My final circuses. And then I'll get the doggies. Okay, so here is my original background. We'll start with the elephant. So I didn't add anything to this one this week, but I did color it in. I kept my backgrounds really simple. I did the top part and each one yellow, a very light yellow, and the bottom part a gray. And I sort of made a little bit of shadows underneath the performers, but I didn't want to take away from it by adding a color. Bye, Maverick. Have a great weekend. And then I added Strongman to this one. And this is where I add my bunny and my clown. As you can see, I drew that curved line in before I had these in. So it looks like the line is going through the clown and the bunny, but my best to color in around it. All right, so let's get these fools. Hanky! Hank didn't even get up when I called him. Come here. You're a mess. You're a mess. Ziggy! Ziggy! Oh, he's coming. Look at Hank. He's so excited to see him. Come here, Zig. Everybody wants to see you. There he is. Ziggy! Oh, there you go. Very shaken. Come on, Ziggy. There he is. That was a good shot of him. Always wag his tail. Right, Ziggy? You excited? Yep. All right. That was good. Good shot of Ziggy. All right. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week at 11. Bye.